I'm Astrid Riedel. I live in South Africa, and originally I come from the Netherlands, but live the last 40 years already in South Africa. So that's really my home now. I'm a glass lamp worker. Lamp work is not usually a term that many people know. Glass blowing is much easier to understand, but we work with a torch, propane and oxygen, and yeah, so sort of a miniature form of glass blowing. I started as a lampwork artist in 2003. It was purely by accident, really. I was looking in my favorite department in a bookstore and found this wonderful book about making beads, and I had absolutely never seen a handmade bead before. Didn't know it existed, didn't know that you could do this at home. I think the only thing we really knew is that, you know, with glass blowing and so on, you need to go and study or do an apprenticeship. So this has really opened up the world to, for anyone really, to do glass work. My first tools and my first glass I found in Germany and had it all imported. I knew I was sold on it from the moment I knew that you could do this at home. 13 years later, here I am. So it's been amazing to be here to teach. So I'm inspired by other artists. I'm inspired by the glass blowing world, by marble makers, through magazines or books. Eventually, when you stop looking at what everyone else is doing and you've achieved enough techniques or skill level, you start looking for something that personalizes your work. I think I've got a very varied repertoire, which I think sets me a bit apart from a lot of other bead artists, because again, you find a lot of people want the fame, the acknowledgement. They think you need one specific style, and I decided at some point, no, I will not be boxed in. I started this as a hobby, to be creative and to have an outlet for that, not always to be so 100% exact, but also to bring in an art. I like to try a lot of things. I really like to push the boundaries for myself and be my own personal best. And I think glass is something you keep learning at. And that's what makes me want to go back to the bench every day. I really like it to be an exciting event every time. When I open the kiln, there's some surprise, some new element to the bead making. The proudest discovery for me would be how to make the 3D implosion beads. It adds a lot of depth in the bead, sort of taken from the ideas of glass blowers as well, but how to miniaturize that and actually get these effects into the bead world. So I quite enjoy that, and I really enjoy the enamel painting, which I don't do outside of the flame. It's all done inside of the flame, which is, I think, quite unique. Melting point, that's a very interesting relationship. Well, I think it's one of the most professional studios I've been at, internationally actually. A lot of thought has gone into the studio. The layout, I love it that they have a part of a gallery, they have the hot shop, they have the studio. I think people feel really at home here, and yes, I think it's a great experience for lamp workers, and I've been told so as well. So they all say, you know, wow, they'll definitely be back. They felt welcome. The vision of my work, I don't overthink of where I'm going to go. I allow it to lead me. I don't put that sort of pressure on myself. I'm amazed where I am actually at already. I don't sort of know where else or how much better it can get. I hope it lasts for a while, and as long as people are happy to have me, I'll come and teach. When I'm back at home, I try and think of new things to bring actually into the classroom as well, so I'm quite focused on that, bringing some new elements every time, making bead making more exciting. So it will just be a continuous journey really for me.